Howdy folks. Hey, how's it going? I'm in the middle of brew day. I'm 21.5 minutes off second edition. That gives me just enough time to do a tasting video. Now you can see I've got 3 bottles. Yeah, let's do a good tasting. No point doing a fucking silly baby one. Anyway, what I'm tasting today is 2 beers from a couple of fellas at the Wollongong home brewers. Relatively new brew club down there in Wollongong, started by Dwayne Johnson, probably about midway through last year. One of the beers is from him. I'm an inconsistent member of the Wollongong home brewers, given that Dwayne's in Bulli, which is technically my hometown, and the wife's. Getting a bit breezy out there, and I try to get down there and try to get down to a meeting if I can. Haven't made the one yet. They've only had really one good meeting, good catch up, and what they're doing is they're trying to brew a beer of a particular style for each catch up that they have, and they sit around, they will bring along their beers, they have a bit of a judging and see who had the best beer and come up with a winner. And I think Mars Brewing Supplies there in Woonona gives them a small prize for the winner. But anyway, I was trying to get down to the last one. Wasn't going to get there. I was going to send down some of my corn ale, this is the last bottle taken off the keg, because it was going to run out on me. But I got crook the week I was putting to send them down, and I just couldn't be bothered getting to the post office to get them sent. So they didn't go. So what I have is this beer is from Timmy Walker, and this is the beer that took out the day. I think there was might have been 6 or 7 beers on the day, and these guys, they all brew various kinds of brews. Now while I'm yakking, I'm going to get a bit of a pour going on here. So they range from your basic kit brewer right up to the all grain brewers. And I said they all caught up and had themselves a yarn and a drink and a bit of a feed. I'm hoping to get down to the well, we've missed February, so I think this was February, this one. So I'm hoping to get down to the March event and catch up. It is for a Aussie Pale Ale. I don't have an Aussie Pale Ale brewed. I haven't been able to get one done for it, so I'll be turning up with some other assortments of stuff if I do. But anyway, so beer in the middle there. That's Dwayne's Cerveza. I caught up with Dwayne just after Christmas. We had a few beers at his place. Which is when I made myself, Dwayne made me want to remember the Wollongong home brewers. Now apparently there is another home brew club in Wollongong called the Laura Brewers Union, the IBU. But a few of the guys that commented that they felt like they were, especially the newer guys, were getting talked down a little bit too, or weren't really taken seriously, or copped a little bit of shit off the guys who've been around for a long time, got a lot of brewing experience, which is really unfortunate. I've met a couple of guys from the IBUs over the year, and I find, it surprised me that sort of thing happens, but at the same time it doesn't, because this is just a homebrew world. You go on any Facebook page or anything like that, and you see it over and over. The guys who've bloody gone through everything and learned everything, forgot that they bloody didn't know everything, forget that the people starting out don't know everything. But anyway, so here we are, 3 Cervezas. Now, I don't know much is going to really show from your side again. I haven't really been able to get good lighting done in this new area, but it's just the way it is. These 2 are fairly close in colour, and recipe wise there's not a lot of difference. Mine here it's a fair bit lighter, which is not surprising. This is a 40% corn beer. It's not particularly a Cerveza. This was the beer I was sitting down because the closest I had to the style. So it definitely runs a little bit lighter. They're all nicely carved. The boys have sent theirs along with carb cap on, so they've obviously taken them off the straight off the keg and dosed them up nicely. They're running a really nice carb level. It's good and lively without being over the top. They've poured a nice head. Mine's still running a nice head, considering that was a beer that was only poured straight off the tap into the bottles, because it was meant to be getting posted straight away. It wasn't done under pressure or anything like that. So it's holding up alright. But anyway, I'm going to start with Tim's, because I said this is the beer that won first place. So let's start there. Supposedly we start at the top of the heap. It's a nice looking beer. I know Dwayne had tried to see if we could get a couple of the other Wollongong homebrew members to send up a beer for tasting so we could do them with it, but yeah, nothing. People don't always like sharing the beer, and some people are a bit worried about what other people are going to say about their beer, which you should never do. You should always be wanting other people to try your beer and give you honest, good feedback about it, because that's how you get better. It's how you learn what you're doing and what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. So anyway, Timmy Walker. So this beer is 3, 4. It's about 71-72% Pilsner malt, about 25% flaked maize, probably somewhere around 5% Vienna, and about 3.5-4% Carapils. So it's a fairly standard sort of Cerveza malt bill. I'll leave a little bit of Vienna there just to keep the malt up a little bit of Carapils, which I assume is just to add work with the head, which clearly is going alright. Hops in this are Motueka. Motueka at 60 minutes. What the fuck does a bloody timer go off? Sorry, yeah, so Motueka at 60 minutes for 17 IBU, and then 30 grams at the flame out. Mineral content was a balance of the chloride and the sulphate. He was about 3 grams of each in his brew. It's using Wollongong water. 3471 pack, fermented under pressure at 18 degrees. Which, as most people know, that's not really one of my favourite things, but anyway. It's nice, it's fairly clean. The malt's very subtle. There's not a real lot of anything really going on. It is fairly subdued. There's a weird little taste on that. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure whether it's the hops, whether it's sort of a limey sort of edge coming from the Motueka, which is why it's become quite a popular hop in the Cerveza style, especially now that Gallina has become very hard to get, which has always been my preferred go-to hop for a Cerveza. And I think I've run out of this. I think this Cornell was actually the last of my Gallina. And I think I had to split that between the Gallina, some Magnum, I think, by memory, for the bittering. But yeah, it's a weird taste, and I don't know whether it's coming from the pressure ferment or from the Motueka itself. And it's going to leave that for a sec. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Dwayne's beer, 3.6 kilos of Gladfield lager, which is going to be in this recipe for free about 66%, 70%. 700 grams of flaked corn, which is going to be about 15%, somewhere around there, just off the top of my head, and some flaked rice at about probably 11 or 12%, maybe 10, maybe even 10%. So a little bit lesser of the corn adjunct, pushing a little bit with the rice. Also Motueka, but he's only gone at 15 minutes for 12 IBU, 5 minutes for another 5 IBU, and a dry hop for 5 days. Now, before we even go in, he's commented on his own, he sent me his recipe, and he's got his tasting notes on the bottom, and I don't know how long ago they actually were, but he commented, his own comment was that the beer was nice, but the dry hop was probably not needed. Anyway. Okay, so he's got a, again this is all grain as well, obviously we've already gone for that. His minerals were 2:1 chloride, double chloride over the sulphate. Wasn't a huge amount of it, but I was only about bloody, I think it was not even 3 grams of the chloride. About a bit under 1.5 grams of the gypsum, so it wasn't pushing very hard. 2 packs of 3470. Fermented with the quick lager method, so I started at 11 degrees, at 11, then raised it a degree a day till it got to 18, then held it for 10 days. Okay, again it's nice clean malt, there's not a real lot going on, again, which is, what you expect for the Cerveza style. That little weird taste is there as well in that, so I'm really pretty confident it's the Motueka throwing that sort of a note. I've not used a lot of it, and I think I do recall that it did have a weird little edge that I wasn't real sold on. I'm not big on lime. I don't like putting lime in my Cerveza. I'm a lemon in my Cerveza sort of person. I find the lime a little bit, so I don't think that's helping particularly. Okay, yeah, now having both, I'm pretty confident that's just the hops. It's a little bit more, when I say off-putting in this beer, because for me it's off-putting in both beers. Not a lot, but it's like oh yeah, it's not really a flavour I'm really enjoying. The beers are nice, nothing wrong with the beers. I think just that the way the hops are sitting is not particularly to my liking. I tend to agree that is the better of the 2 beers, so I'm not going to sit here, not going to say, tell Dwayne that he should have won the medal for the day. I think that's actually a little bit cleaner and got a little bit more malt. It's got a little bit more flavour to it, malt wise, and than this fella. But they're both, like the malt on both is very, very good for a, very much a Cerveza. Yeah, just that little bit of that hop's just a little bit too much on there. It becomes too much of the flavour and too much of the character for the style. Like I said, it's not a bad beer. Neither of them both nice beers. They're both, boys, you've both done well. I said, yeah, I think it's just the hop itself. And given that flavour's coming across both, and then I'm not getting particularly a problem in the flavour from that warm ferment, but again, without a cold fermented beer of the same, it's hard to really say for sure. But as they are, that's what I think. I think the reality is the Dwayne's probably closer to a good level if he hadn't dry hopped. I think that's probably a little bit too much. Probably a combination of. For me, I'd be looking to pull the bittering addition back to close to that 12 to 15 IBU instead of the 17, and maybe dropping the flame out addition by about half, just to drop that tone down a little bit. So then you come, if I drop that in, that's a completely, not completely, that's a relatively different beer, giving it, somewhat the same sort of style. Like it is 40% corn and 60% Pilsner malt. It is Gallina hopped, so it is a lot more. It's a bit tartar and it's certainly drier with that 40% corn addition. And side by side with anybody in competition, I think that would really come down to personal, to some degree, a lot to personal preference. And these are the same. Plenty of people are going to be really like that hop profile. I said, not necessarily my thing, which doesn't make them a bad beer. As the beer go, they're quite nice, they're quite tasty, nothing wrong with them. And if you like that limey profile, you're fine. This has got much more of a lemony profile, and I haven't got the. I should have the recipe just here. Actually, was Compass and the flake corn. Hops were Gallina. Yeah, Gallina for bittering, 12 IBU bittering, and then there was citron lemon drop late in the boil for another 7 IBU, so 19 all up. So they're all sitting in a relatively similar sort of place as far as IBU go. It's just the way they're delivering it. That's a little more sour and a little bit tartar from the lemon and the extra corn. That's a little bit too limey, astringent, and I think mainly from the dry hop. And that, I think, just overall is just a little bit too much hops for the background malt of the beer. All very nice in their own way, and all going to win their fans in their own way. But anyway, Dwayne and Tim, cheers for the beers. Dwayne did send me a t-shirt. They've got some t-shirts done up, but given the joys of so many t-shirt suppliers, they tend to think everyone's a lot smaller than the real world, and the shirt's a bit snug on me, so maybe next summer I might be able to get on to it. I can get it on. I could do a video of it, but it's not the most attractive thing in the world. So I've left it out, and honestly it's too warm to be bloody squeezing myself into a tight t-shirt at the moment. But anyway, I'm not far off having the yarn stick hops in this bloody other brew. So let's wrap this up. Like I said, Wollongong home brewers, cheers, hope to catch up with you sometime in the near future. Timmy Walker, congratulations on taking out the first monthly prize. I think they're going to be, might be a little bit of a hot competition down there in the in future brews, and hopefully I might be able to get in and do a couple of my own to compete as well. Dwayne, again, thank you for going to the trouble of sending the beers, sending me shirt up, bring me on board with the crew. Thanks for the beer. I do have another beer of Dwayne's, which is a separate beer he sent up. If you want to do a separate review on them, and might just do that on the Facebook. Might just do a short one on the a short video on that one. Might not drop it onto here on the Facebook. You never know, you might see it. To little John for brewing a cracking corn ale. Cheers to me. But anyway, I said, I've got to go and do these hops. I'm going to sit down and finish the rest of these beers, and then see if I can bother to get back up to finish this brew off. Stay tuned for the other video for brew day. It might get messy. But anyway, thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. If you're Patreon on the channel, thank you very much. If you're interested in Patreon, there's a link down below. If you subscribe to the channel, thank you. If you aren't, there's also a link down below for that. Subscribe, that way you don't miss any videos. You get notified when they come out. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. There's the alarm telling me it's time to go and put these hops in, so I better do that. Yeah, like the video, thumbs up. But anyway, that's me for now, so until I see you again on the next video. We're brewing beer, drinking beer, talking beer. Good brewing. Cheerio.